This week on Socratic Cinema.
The infamous Army Hammer time dance scene. I watched this movie with my mom.
Clue is horny and it's funny.
In a tasteful way.
In a tasteful way.
Tastefully horny.
The maid's outfit, tasteful.
You better get on this boat. There is so much champagne.
And
how much
this
champagne
is
is
the
there?
more attractive option. They also said that you could wear the Cleopatra stilts.
Oh my gosh.
Enchanté, mon ami. It is I, Detective Charlie Adali. And on this episode of the Socratic Cinema podcast, we are here to solve the murder of one Jeanette DeLisio. He was murdered approximately between 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. By our lead suspect is one Kasey Clark.
It's slowly turning into Schwarzenegger a little bit.
That was the murder on the Socratic Cinema podcast.
I was hoping for, I knew it would be an accent. I was hoping for transatlantic. That was really good.
That was so good, Charlie.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious. You're right. It does go Arnold.
That was just straight Arnold.
That's great, Arnold.
All right. Maybe my French accent is not up to par, but
pardon my French.
Yeah.
They say that.
Yep. Yeah. It's not really a joke unless you say a swear word before it, but it's fine. Whatever. But welcome everyone. To this incredible episode of Socratic Cinema, where we will be making fun of Death on the Nile for an indeterminate amount of time. My name is Charlie Heatherly.
My name is James DeLisio.
And I'm Kasey Clark.
And we're going to have fun here. We all watched this movie, and in our little podcasty group chat, we were talking about it, and none of us were particularly thrilled. I don't know how many of us have actually seen Murder on the Orient Express, a movie which I enjoy, but also suffers from many of the same issues that this one does. But we're going to go through and we're going to tell you whether or not you should watch Death on the Nile, and it will probably be a no. So if that's all you wanted, please stay because we need you for retention. But just suffer through the next 35 minutes with us, too. So
it went from an hour to 40 to 35.
I'm trying to give us a lot of options here.
And in the next 15 minutes, we'll go over.
We got about 30 seconds to review the movie. But let's switch up the gender patriarchy. Let's go Kasey first today, because we know James is overlording over everything.
Yep, as usual. So this movie, I had not seen Murder on the Orient Express, but it interested me. All right. So when I saw, Death on the Nile, same people, same font for the title card. Let's go. Let's jump into it. It was a journey. The first 20 minutes of just, I thought that nowadays we do some horrible gyrations, but Army Hammer
Lord.
Really took the cake.
He was manifesting the 8th grade homecoming moves.
Yes.
Yep.
With the current context, I got especially uncomfortable when he neck kissed that woman. I was like, is he going to pull out a fork and knife?
Very much. It was very hard. Okay, let's talk about that for a bit. It was very hard to enjoy this movie knowing what I know about Army Hammer.
Wait,
and
what?
Letitia Wright.
What?
Yeah, you don't know?
You don't know?
This is like, we've had this situation happen in reverse where what am I about to hear?
You don't know about Army Hammer?
Oh boy, James.
What are you
James, are you serious? You know what? We'll jump into that after our initial thoughts, because this is a whole section of its own. This is a whole section of its own.
Yeah,
we literally talked about this before too.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. The one word answer is cannibalism.
Yeah.
Like the monarchs. Remember?
We will talk about more what that means later.
I saw that makes a letter. Okay, yeah.
But overall, this movie, no, I would not see it again. Here's my thing. I love Clue, the movie. I would eat Clue up for breakfast. All right.
Yep.
Give it to me, inject it into my veins. But this movie Tim Curry is rolling in his. He's not dead yet, but he is rolling. He is rolling. All right. He did not do what he did in Clue for this movie to come out and be as disrespectful as it is. Okay, I would rather watch Clue 1,000 more. I would rather watch Clue 1,000 more times or watch a movie with a fourth of what Clue gave the world than watch this movie again. I can't. I was the only thing that kept me at least semi interested was the lesbian reveal. Come on, guys. We knew this. I do this. All right. Don't play with me.
It was
You're
such
telling
a small...
me she's not sick. She is not sick. That woman likes women. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Okay, but why did Detective Hercule Poirot think that it was like it is like why reveal it?
Why you gotta out them like that?
Yeah,
for
like,
real. He was like, he was really like, so you don't be killing people, but you be killing something else.
Right, he was like, I smell something.
WLW, I smell it.
Is
They're
that
coming.
Mitski I hear in the distance?
Not the alphabet. It should be the alphabet mafia on the Nile, because okay. Anyways, don't get me into it.
Settle down.
But overall, no. This movie is a 4.
Jesus.
The watchability, I would only subject other people to watching this, so I can see the light leave their eyes when when they show Book with the pyramids behind him.
Oh my gosh.
Very, very badly CGI'd. I just want to see the life and the love shrivel out of them like a raisin, like a grape left in the Egyptian sun. Thank you.
Wow,
also,
that was
I'll
good.
get into it later. I'll get into it later.
Casey said, P.S.
Okay, Casey, I got one question for you before I start. Was there enough champagne to fill the Nile?
Oh my gosh!
James,
Don't
you troll.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't get me started.
So this movie was like a series of unfortunate events. I started it, and for about 10 minutes, I thought I had the wrong movie on. I thought I was watching like 1917 or something.
Wow, the Kingsman sequel's so good.
No,
right. I was like, what is...
Gal Gadot in 2 movies with No Man's Land, and only one of them is good.
But I will say those first 10 minutes, as I took them for granted, because that wound up being the best part of the whole movie. Like, I would have rather had an entire movie about Hercule Poirot. I will say every time they said Poirot in the whole movie, every time anyone in the movie said it, I to myself under my breath was like Poirot. Yeah, I just had to I had to say it. Poirot. I don't know how to speak French.
Poirot.
Is it guttural? I don't know. But that was so I thought I had the wrong movie on, and then we jump to the present, and we get the infamous Army Hammer Time dance scene. I watched this movie with my mom. She was
as you should. As you should learn things together.
Earlier that day, I was like, "Hey, Mom, like, I need to watch this movie, Death on the Nile." And she was like, "Oh, I'll watch it with you, sweetie. Like, that movie looked fun. I saw the trailers for it." And I was like, "All right, sure. It's probably not going to be very good." Little did I know, right? Little did I know that I'd have to sit through this, and then the scene with Gal Gadot on top of the tomb. Oh my gosh. That was terrible.
He literally dry humps her. Like,
very, very much.
And we have to listen to first things first, Gal Gadot stop acting challenge. That's the takeaway for this movie.
Gal Gadot's never been a good actress. I've realized.
What's that? She's like, Khalil, no.
No.
Listen, I don't know what there is to say. All I have to say, Tom Bateman. I got my eye on Tom Bateman. Book or bust is what I've got to say about this.
True.
Wait, hold on, I'm on his IMDb page right now. He plays Book on is this a cinematic universe?
Yes,
It's a sequel,
that's what I
James.
literally just said.
Yeah, that's why I keep referencing Murder on the Orient Express.
Wait. I thought it was
the same font.
I knew it was the same director. I thought this guy just liked Agatha Christie. I didn't know.
My God.
Wait,
Even the Agatha Christie books are connected.
I've never read them. Wait, so who else is in it? Book is in this one.
It's just Book and Hercule Poirot.
Okay, but Book. Spoiler alert. Book died.
Yeah, shot right through the throat.
I was really like.
I was in my feels.
I was sad.
That's what you get for being a dirty, grimy rat.
Book is like Book and Poirot are the my favorite characters. Well, Book is my favorite character. He's the only one who I don't like hate at some point in the movie. He reminds me of
he is a himbo.
Yeah. Like a golden retriever. I like his little scarf. Book or bust for me, and I was really sad to see him go. I mean, what else is there to say? Right? This is cinema. This felt like
not cinema.
a movie that it's just one of those movies that like exists. Love the Gal Gadot Cleopatra scene. Oh, we're getting a little foreshadowing for what is to come. Who's ready?
I did not love that.
Do you think she was on set and they were like, Gal, contain your excitement. Look what we have for you.
Hold the Afro wig. Look what we have.
Yeah.
The only better person they could have picked is Scarlett Johansson. I mean, really.
No, literally. They dropped the Tanner in the Nile, sadly. So it wasn't
enough Tanner to fill the Nile.
Enough blackface to fill the Nile.
I think I'm trying to think in my brain like where it all went wrong. There was a lot of this movie that was very offensive to watch, but there was a lot of it that was very unoffensive. Like some of it was fine. Book was good. I thought Russell Brand did like fine.
I really like Russell Brand in this movie. I think he does that character as best as he possibly could have.
Yeah. And it's just, it's just like a 3. That's it.
Wow.
I can't. Can you bring anything higher?
Yeah.
I mean, I brought it to a 4.
If Charlie says anything above like 6,
no, I give it a 6.
No, okay, he can. Right. Yeah.
I think 6 is a very fair estimate for this movie.
It depends on your mindset.
So to me, the first half of the movie, the fact that there was not a murder on the Nile for an hour, which is half of the film, is nuts to me.
That was upsetting.
You know what I gotta say? I was and I immediately forgot.
Yeah, what do you have to say, James? We're gonna wait here until you say it because we really respect your opinions.
Oh, I remember. This is one of those movies where it was like sort of pandemic hell, where you saw the same trailers for like 2 years, like The King's Man and Morbius. This was sort of in that slew. I thought they did a good job at not spoiling the movie in the trailer. Like,
well, it's a book, so
what is your point?
It's been spoiled for a while. I mean,
well, if I haven't read the book. Well, no, what I'm saying is they frame Gal Gadot as like the lead, but she dies first. She's the first murder. Like, I didn't see that coming. I genuinely did not expect that to happen, and they didn't spoil it in the movies. In the trailers is what I meant to say. And listen, I think we need to appreciate whenever it happens, we need to appreciate trailers that don't spoil the movie, because that's a big problem.
The bare minimum.
I mean,
it is the bare minimum. You're right.
They did the exact same thing for Murder on the Orient Express. The trailer, in that, my favorite part of it is that they have an Imagine Dragons song in the back the entire time.
Which one? Which one?
It might be Believer.
Oh my gosh. Really?
No.
I don't know. I would have to check again. It might be Believer.
Oh my gosh.
But it's basically just them introducing the 37 characters that are in the movie.
Right.
And then like some flashes of like some of the things that they say. So it's not hard to like not spoil a murder mystery movie. Like you just introduce the cast.
Better tell that to the team behind The Dog's Life or whatever that movie was called.
What?
a dog's purpose or something. A dog's journey.
Do you know
You and 2 senior citizens have seen A Dog's Purpose.
movie.
I haven't even seen it because you know why? Because I saw the whole thing in the trailer.
Yeah. Is The Dog's Purpose a murder mystery movie?
Well, no, they said
That's what I'm asking.
it's a movie about the dog like running away from his owner, and they show the dog reuniting with the like. They literally just condense the whole movie into like 3 minutes. You see the dog leave and come back. You get an arc in the entire trailer. It's the whole movie.
For a murder mystery movie, it's very easy to make a fine trailer. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, just don't show anything.
Just don't.
Why? I can't say anything on this show.
A Dog's
without just
Purpose,
getting
the reason
torn
why
apart.
they show the entire movie in the trailer is because they know those are the only people that are going to see the entire movie, is people who see it in a 3-second snippet. Nobody's going to go to the theater to watch A Dog's Purpose. But let me get back to my take, which has been hijacked.
Shut up.
Murdered on the Nile, one might say.
On the Orient Express.
On the Orient
Express. On the Polar Express.
I really hate the ending in Murder on the Nile.
Oh, I totally saw it coming.
Who done it or
Yeah,
like the literal
like
last
scene? The person who committed the murder.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The couple is so obvious.
Well,
like,
here's something I noticed is that I felt this is a bit of a blasphemous take, and don't misconstrue me. All right, it's similar to how I felt when I watched Knives Out, where I was like, okay, there's the person who they obviously want you to think commits the crimes. Then they, lead you on a goose chase for 2 hours while everyone else seems suspicious. And then in the end, it just was the person who you originally are supposed to think did it. Like, it just is what you were supposed to think. It's like, why did we do this whole dance if it's just going to wind up where we started? It's not a twist.
Sure. While it's still satisfying in Knives Out, I agree with you. That's why Murder on the Orient Express is really cool. Do either of you know the ending to that one?
No.
No.
Is it like Scream? It was 2 of them.
Spoiler alert to everybody who wants to see this movie, I think, or read the book. I think the twist is definitely worth experiencing on your own. But, okay, all those people have left. The twist is that everybody committed the murder. Basically, everybody on the train had a part in committing the murder.
See, I like that.
Yeah, that's neat.
Which is a really cool flip on it. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I went to a party that one of my friends held that was a murder mystery party that had a better twist than this movie, which is crazy.
That's where you're going.
At this party, which they constructed, the twist was it was 2 murderers, but neither of them knew that the other person committed the murder. So one of them poisoned and put the person to sleep. The second murderer came in and then knocked him out with something, and then everyone thought that the bludgeoning is what killed them, when in reality it was the poison. So,
ooh, I like that too.
Which is a great twist, which is much better than this movie. Sorry, Agatha Christie. I know that you're an incredible,
Yeah, rip to Agatha Christie, but I could have done it better.
Yeah, I could have done it. But
sorry, she ain't like me though.
It's just really unsatisfying. I do think that the movie is fairly entertaining once the murders start happening. Like, once action is occurring and there's momentum in the plot, I'm intrigued and I want to see Hercule Poirot actually solve the crime. I'm legally obligated to pronounce it like that every single time.
No, I get it.
I want him to solve the crime. And maybe that's me just getting into the movie too much or giving it too much credit, but it's fun. I like these schlocky detective flicks. I think they're fun. But the first half of the movie is just so horribly paced and overly horny. It's not Clue. Clue is horny and it's funny.
In a tasteful way.
It's
tastefully horny.
The maid's outfit, tasteful. All for a purpose,
Mrs.
right?
Scarlet? Oh, that gown.
I think I've only seen part. I don't think I've finished Clue.
It's free. It's on HBO Max.
It's one of the best movies of all time. I genuinely believe that.
Of all time. Yeah. Did you know? I feel like I've said this fun fact before, but in each theater that Clue was released in, they had different endings.
I did know this.
Yep, because I said it.
Wait, no. I'm reading about Letitia Wright.
Letitia
Wright.
Yes.
She
also cannot act. She is very bad in this movie.
Wait, I thought she was good.
No, she's Shuri. She's Shuri.
She's good in Black Panther.
She was good. You know what ruined it a little bit? That she just doesn't think COVID's a real thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I think A Death on the Nile, Letitia Wright is really flat. Doesn't really contribute that much emotionally to anything.
I thought she was fine. Listen, Gal
She has
Gadot was
comedic
the
chops.
worst. Yeah, she does.
And I think Gal Gadot is also fine in Wonder Woman, but like both of them I think get by because they have like quippy characters in their respective movies.
Now that's fair.
Like when I looked at Gal Gadot's filmography, it is like Wonder Woman, and that's like pretty much it. And you take her for granted because she's like this world famous superstar. She's not awesome. Like she's just fine. So I don't know. Sorry, I'll step down my Gal Gadot hate train.
Speaking of people that aren't good, can we talk about how Hercule Poirot is horrible at his job?
Poirot, Kasey.
He's not bad at his job. Come on,
How
come on,
many
man.
people died? They
I
brought
feel-
out
How do you want him to solve it? How do you want him to solve it?
I feel like they
he solved it after his homie took a bullet through the throat.
they were
Is it-
unreasonably hard on him, I feel.
What, do you
think?
want to solve it? Okay, the fact that his only evidence is a handkerchief that has like paint on it is also stupid. That will not hold up in court.
It's
It's-
giving very Scooby Doo.
Kasey, I'm just like there wasn't a ton to go off of. I mean,
I'm saying,
what, like he could have
okay,
done it faster? Like, what's the claim here?
not necessarily faster. I'm just saying that, okay, you have someone who's displaying obsessive, like stalking behavior towards a couple. She's already issued threats, and you're like, oh, it's above me. She hasn't done anything yet. No.
Oh, yeah,
What's
that
he
was.
supposed to do?
You can
can't
literally
kick her
put
off.
her in custody.
He's a private. He's not like a.
Oh, he's a PI, huh?
Yeah, he's not a cop.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Like-
Yeah, sit down, Kasey. Huh?
A cab.
Are you joking?
Leave Poirot alone.
He's a private eye. What do you want him to do?
Yeah, the most he can do is say like, "Stop there."
Okay, it's up to the couple at that point. File a restraining order.
Yeah, no, really, it's Armie Hammer and Gal Gadot's fault. Like they
Okay. No, yeah, I agree with that.
he gave
I
them
agree with that.
prime advice, and they just continued to ignore it.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause,
I'm just saying
I mean,
that as a
well,
PI,
Even
no,
if they
I-
went home, Gal Gadot still would have died because like the Armie
Oh,
Hammer was
totally.
never on,
Was-
he was
I mean,
never
they
on her
was gonna
team.
shoot her.
Yeah, it really is just a shame that the two other collateral deaths had to get. And well, wait, how many? The Luis, the maid, died, and
Yeah.
and also Book. Yeah,
Book.
gone but not forgotten.
Also, so everyone that dies in Egypt gets wrapped up like a mummy and taken out.
What? What?
You
Yeah.
can
Kasey,
see
you're-
that ending scene that all of the people that died when they were taking him out of the off the ship, they were wrapped up like mummies.
Did you want them to just leave them bare?
I'm just saying.
Now, I don't know
do
about
not-
Egyptian tradition in the 1930s. I don't know if that was a thing or not.
Well,
So I
I'm
will
not.
not
I'm
Yeah,
just
comment.
saying. It's
I don't
a
have anything
little-
to say, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's maybe a little bit nitpicky. I don't know.
It may or may not be racist, and I don't know yet.
Who
So-
knows? I don't know. I mean, I didn't see them and think mummy. I just thought like,
I thought
That-
mummy. I'm with
Oh,
you.
really?
They're
I thought
literally,
mummy.
yeah, they're
Granted-
literally mummied.
granted, I was on my phone for like half the movie. So I probably missed it.
I'm
Um,
just saying, like in comparison to
gotta
when they
Google
first
this.
died, and they're like, okay, let's put like a sheet over them.
Oh yeah, that's what
fine.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's what I was.
No, but when they took them out
Oh,
at the
They were
end of the
literally-
movie, they were
literally
literally
mummies.
mummy wrapped.
really?
And
I'm
I was like,
googling
are you
it.
serious right now? Also, I mean, me personally, why? Okay, never mind. Now I'm recognizing that I'm getting into nitpicky territory. I'm
Okay.
just gonna-
I have a phenomenal take. This is an incredible thing that I've realized in cinema. There's an obsession with trying to explain the hair patterns of men. What do I mean by that?
male
What
pattern
what,
bond.
what
Let's
do
all
you mean by
this.
that?
Let's go back to a happier time in the world when X-Men Apocalypse just came out.
Okay.
That was a happy
Hey,
time.
Also dealing with Egypt.
Also dealing with Egypt. Oh
yeah,
my god.
light skinned. Oh, sorry, light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where Oscar
Light-skinned
Isaac
storm.
was
Sorry, Kate.
trapped
All right, Kasey.
beneath layers upon layers of blue makeup. But in that movie, obviously it's an X-Men story. Charles Xavier is very young in this movie, played by James McAvoy, who has a phenomenal head of hair. Now, Professor X in the comics is bald. And instead of just saying, oh, he probably went bald as he got older, the movie thought it was necessary to explain how he got bald by saying he like transferred his mind powers or had to expend his mind powers and lost all of his hair in the process because he was working so hard, which is incredibly stupid. And for some reason, in this movie, they have to explain Hercule Poirot's mustache for some reason.
No, I thought that was fun. Honestly, I thought.
Why can't he have a mustache?
No, that was I would say that's a worthy inclusion. I would defend the mustache.
I think it's just weird. Like,
well, it didn't come back, and that's the beauty of it.
No, it came back at the end. It came back at the very end where he shaves the mustache and they don't recognize him.
The last 20 minutes of the movie.
James,
wait, he shaved the mustache and what happened?
Oh my God, he shaved the mustache. He goes back to the club where he sees that jazz musician that he really liked.
Okay, yeah.
Salome.
Yeah, they literally do not recognize him without the mustache, but you can see all the scars that he has on his face now.
Oh, is that? I see.
Also, the way that scars usually work is that hair doesn't grow.
Yeah.
Over time.
I can't wait to grow a mustache and see if it has a line in it, because I have a scar on my lip, so I want to. Someday I'll find out. If
and let us know, James.
I'll let you know. Yeah, maybe if we're still doing this in like however many years it'll take.
When Death on the Nile Part 15 comes out.
Yeah. Another Agatha Christie adaptation.
Death in the Appalachians or something.
So okay. So what's all this Army Hammer business?
All right. Well, let me Charlie, would you like to go over the basics while I look up a article?
This really recontextualizes a Letterboxd review I read that was like, it
touched on it.
Well, yeah, it was just like, it was like, it wasn't like very creative. It was just like Army Hammer wanted to eat them. And I was like, what? He was like, what are you talking about?
Do you have the specifics, Kasey?
Yes. So.
Okay. Did he eat people or not?
Well,
he
didn't
eat people, but he like went into very
okay. I don't think I want to hear. I don't think our viewers want to hear either.
Yeah.
Jeez.
End of segment. Talking about
he got dropped by a lot of like his like company that he was working with. He got dropped by them. He pulled out of his next two like projects that he was going to do. Yeah, it was just all bad, bad.
But they're like, Death on the Nile is such a good movie. We have to keep him in it.
We can't. We can't do it without him.
Okay, that's the other problem with Death on the Nile and in Murder on the Orient Express is that half of the characters disappear for like most of the mystery. Like Army Hammer doesn't show up for like 40 minutes straight.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He just kind of left.
Well, and the two old women, they like literally like as soon as we find out that they're lesbians, nothing is said about them. Like it's all over for them.
Yeah, that's the end of their. Well, that's just the end of their. Like they don't do anything else.
Yeah, why are they there then?
Yeah, that's a question I have a lot. There's a lot in this movie that just doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And I wonder how much is the fault of the movie and how much is the fault of the book. I know people love Agatha Christie. I've never read one of her books because I'm illiterate, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'd require me to re-engage with Hercule Poirot, and it just reminded me of the movie too much, so I don't think I'll be reading it anytime soon.
Dang.
But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like it's a bad first impression, right? It's not Agatha Christie's fault, but these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so I don't know. Sometimes seeing a bad adaptation makes me want to seek out the source material, and sometimes it doesn't. Like I watched the Hulu Catch-22 show before I read the book, and now it's like my favorite book. So, I mean, sometimes it's a virtue. You know,
I had a similar thing. I read 1/4 of the book and watched 1/4 of the show.
Okay.
It was fine.
Fair.
Yeah,
Understandable.
we'll talk more about that later.
I actually really like the book, though. I need to finish it.
It's very it's a great book. I'm rereading it right now.
But speaking of books,
speaking of book,
and Poirot, are they homies or are they more than homies?
yes, they're homies.
Are they homies?
Poirot is like 70, 60.
He's not 70.
What? So old people can't be queer, James?
Well, listen, this is like Armie Hammer was in Call Me by Your Name, no?
Yep.
Yes.
The
Yet another reason James will not watch
the
Call Me by Your
pedophile has become the pedophilie. I see is what's going on. Wait, no.
Wait,
I got the
what?
wrong. I mixed up Book. I mixed up Book and Armie
people.
Hammer. I mixed up Book and Armie Hammer. That's embarrassing.
Oh, all white people look the same to you, James?
Yeah. It's my
For
fatal
shame.
flaw. Guys, I don't have anything else to say about this movie. I'm so sorry.
How much time have we spent? Are we free to go, Judge?
Are we free to go?
It's been
There's a
half
gun
an
to our
hour.
head.
It's
There's
been
a
half an
gun to our
hour.
head.
All right, we got to get like 10 more minutes out of this.
Oh,
Who turned on the
no.
shower? Who turned on the shower? Jeez.
Oh no.
Okay, wait. If you guys were in a murder... Okay, wait. This is actually a really good question. This is a good thought experiment. Okay.
Okay.
One thing that I noticed during the movie is that every time someone is accused of murder, they are indignant. They're like, how dare you even do such a thing? I obviously didn't do it, so let me be really angry and mad. I think that's a bad strategy. If you're being interviewed by this guy and he's accusing you of murder, just be honest. Just be open, right? If you didn't commit it, who cares? So my question to you guys is, if you were on this boat and you were one of the fancy-pantsy rich guests, like the communist lady who was doing a lot for the cause by going on this incredibly
that
nice
was
adventure.
that felt like a useless detail.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. But if you were one of these people, what would your strategy be if you are being interviewed by Hercule Poirot?
Well, I would probably say, yeah, that's fair. It's like I get it.
No, you can't.
You gotta ask everyone.
I understand.
Well, I understand why you're asking me, right? That's the first thing. Is I'd be like, how dare you interview me? Dude, he's gonna interview everyone. Like it's gonna be your turn eventually. Just settle down.
Yeah.
My strategy, gosh, I don't. Is there a strategy to this movie? I don't think there's a
Being not killing someone is the strategy.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that didn't. I mean, I guess my first tactic is don't get on the boat. My
Yes.
second tactic is go home and enjoy the rest of my life.
No, but you're trapped on this boat, James. Somebody has bribed you with wine that could fill the Nile.
Enough champagne. They were like, "You better get on this boat. There is so much champagne."
And
how much
this
champagne
is
is
the
there?
more attractive option. They also said that you could wear the Cleopatra stilts.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
well then I'd have to. I
Yeah.
mean, could I wear the wig too?
You can.
Did you
at the
seriously ask
cost of
that,
being
James?
photographed with it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And having it sent to your college.
4K.
In 4K.
I don't. I mean, I feel like I would. Here's real trick is from day one. I'd be like, man, Poirot, crazy people on this boat, huh?
That's what Book does. That's
like
absolutely
you-
what Book does.
It's like you and me are the only normal people on here, man. And just sort of do that for the whole I'd be Poirot and Book's third friend. We'd be like the Three Musketeers.
Mhm.
A
And,
throuple, if you will.
yeah, and I think that'd help me avoid suspicion.
But
when-
he even grilled Book, though.
Well, right, but that's what I was like.
But Book ended up doing something.
Well, yeah, and I acknowledge that I would have to be interviewed at some point, but I'd be like, "Oh, Poirot, I get it. We're friends, but I get it. It's just part of your job. I'm not offended. No harm, no foul. Ask me what you need to ask me."
Yeah, Book really
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah,
I will
Book
say.
For real, Book.
mhm.
Yeah.
That was his fatal flaw. Is he got a little too.
Also, why would he be arrested for stealing if he returned it? Questions.
True?
Also stole from
But
a
he
dead
didn't
woman.
return it to her.
Yeah, well, she was dead. So
Yeah, and was what was up with the whole her looking at the necklace like she wants to steal it? Did that ever go anywhere?
Oh, that was just talk. It went
Red
back
herring.
to her. Yeah, that was a red herring, and being like, oh, her maid loves her wealth.
Oh, she's like envious, and I want
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though the maid was like, dang, bro, I just wanted to marry the person I loved. And she
so
was
many
like, nah.
characters in this movie are either boring or unlikable.
Lynette was horrible.
Lynette was horrible. Luis was boring. The like cousin who was trying to get her to sign the deed was boring. The
Yeah,
doctor,
super boring.
I thought the doctor was actually interesting. Like
Why
he was,
did the cousin push the boulder over, and then
He was
say
gonna-
he didn't mean to kill them?
that one makes
For real,
no
he was like,
sense.
thank goodness I missed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that
Why
one.
would you
Are you
push it?
joking? Are you serious? You literally tried to kill her or him. You would have squashed both of them. And you want to be, oh, well, I loved her. No, you'd obviously not.
Yeah,
And
And
then-
his whole thing was like to cover up his bad dealings.
Yeah, there's a lot that doesn't like hold up to snuff here. And I mean, I don't what is there to learn from Death on the Nile, right? Like how can we
Go
Yeah.
home.
like what identifiably went wrong? No, I'm talking on a craft level, like in filmmaking.
sorry.
Like
Mhm.
well, yeah, I know you're right. But like how can we make sure this doesn't happen again? What I mean,
Don't cast Gal Gadot
or Army Hammer
or Letitia Wright.
right. I guess this was just
And
sort of like
If you
Snake
make
Eyes
every
kind of.
okay, wait. Actually, one big thing that I learned: this movie is a really good lesson on character writing. Actually, not that like the characters are well written. The point is, Detective Hercule Poirot is actually really interesting because of the amount of quirks and details that he has. Like
Yeah,
he's
I
just
really
a
like
guy.
him.
He's textured. He's layered. He has all these different things about him that are interesting to see. And he's like, he talks too much. He's fidgety. Like he has these fun traits that I can assign to him.
Mhm.
And there's so many characters in this movie that are bound not by their traits but by their identities. Like this lady is the communist. This lady is this. This like it. I can't talk about them as characters, like their fundamental character traits. I can only talk about what occupation they have, which
Yeah.
isn't that's not a good character. That's not interesting. And when all of them sort of speak in this fancy posh accent, it also makes them forgettable. So, like, looking at what makes Detective Hercule Poirot so great and the others so bad, I would sort of recommend people watch it and figure out the small moments and why it works the way that it does in this movie.
Yeah, that is definitely a good point. So many of these just feel like maybe they were one note in the book too. I don't really know. That's something that we'll have to leave for another day.
Part 2 podcast. James has just confirmed it.
Yeah, I think this is actually
Yeah.
the Death on the Nile show where we try and untangle the Death on the Nile.
Every single week we come back and try again.
Right, we're gonna go crazy. What is there to say? What can be said about Death on the Nile? Listen, I don't think anyone thought this movie would be good, right? I don't think
No.
you did. No, I mean from the trailers, right? Like I think this is one of those ones that everyone knew was going to be a miss. I get similar vibes from Bullet Train.
No, Bullet Train's gonna be awesome. Is it the Brad Pitt one?
Yeah, I hope it. I hope it.
That one's
will
gonna be so sick. I'm so hyped for Bullet Train.
Oh, okay, I guess we'll have to watch it then. But I feel like there's not much coming out that I'm looking forward to these days. I guess the Love and Thunder trailer just dropped. The new Thor trailer
Thunder looks sick.
looks very good. Looks very good. I'm excited.
Yes.
Stranger Things season 4, more like Stranger Things season boring. Yeah, that we're kind of in a little bit of a dry season. So drop in the comments if there's any oldies, anything we missed that we should watch. Go back and clean up. I mean, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whose idea was this. I don't know. Whose idea was it?
To watch this movie?
Yeah, I think it was a mutual. Yeah. You owned up to that one fast. Wow.
Yeah,
I was gonna
no,
I was gonna say, oh, it was a mutual. Like we all
needed a bad movie. We've been complacent for too long on the Socratic Cinema podcast by watching only good movies.
It does break up kind of the Oscar thing we've been into. This was a good like post Oscars arc beginning, and we'll see.
This is what people.
Yeah, we're in a fresh era, a new beginning for us, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows what's going to happen next? Not me. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. Come back next Saturday for the next episode of the Socratic Cinema Podcast. Thank you for listening. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. I would say it was a delight recording it. But this one felt a little bit more like a hostage situation based on the movie. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoy.
He cut out.
Week.
Thank God. Oh,
Blah, 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 blah. Am I back?
yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a great time. If you like the show, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, where we occasionally also post video essays that are pretty cool. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're available wherever you listen to podcasts. And we also have a Patreon. If you want to support the show and help us grow, you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/Socratic Cinema. And share the episode with a friend if you liked it, and go watch Death on the Nile with your best friends because it's really good and you're not going to regret it. I think our median rating is like like a 4.5 or so. So take that with what you will. These are also the people who gave Face Off a 10 out of 10. So it's kind of hard to say.
Incredible movie, and you just have bad takes.
It's kind of hard to say. With that being said, I think we're done here. I think you deserve a break, listener. You've been through a lot. Bye-bye.
Adios. Au revoir.